Good evening, distinguished listener, and welcome to the Gents podcast. Today, you have the pleasure of joining the narrator's narrator, the stupendous Bacon, the gentlemanly Captain Bob, the quackful Ducky Boy, and the terrifying Nightmare Official. The topic of today, the dreadful terror of roller coasters and water parks. Yes, so sit down, grab thine safety belt, gird thine loins with it, and enjoy the show. Onward! Hello everyone and welcome to the Gents podcast, where it's random gents talking about random things. Here with me today I got Bacon Killed My Llama.
Hey!
We got ourselves a captain, his name's Bob. We got ourselves the original Ducky Boy.
Absent.
The absent Ducky Boy. And the official everyone's nightmare. Yeah. And today, the topic of this podcast is going to be weird and crazy amusement park rides that you have all heard or been on. Anybody have one off the top of their head?
I can think of one.
Okay.
Quite a few years ago, it was when they brought the Smiler out, like the Smiler roller coaster. And I generally remember being terrified to go on it.
What is
Brother
that?
Bob, kindly explain what this is, because remember, you live on the other side of the world, friend.
I know.
Yeah.
People don't live
So
where you live.
So basically, it's a roller coaster in the UK, a Chessington World of Adventure, and basically, when they brought it out, it was actually classified as one of the fastest roller coasters in the UK, I think. And
What is it called? The Smiler?
yeah, the Smiler. Yeah,
Why would they call
they
that?
advertised it with people with wearing weird masks, and everything with this weird animated.
Oh my
smile.
god.
It was really proper voodoo.
I just googled it. This looks terrifying.
Well, I think the
I'm
best way
looking
to put it is
up.
because of the advert, I was terrified of it. So when I went with my family, my entire family went, and I actually remember just trying to get the nerves to go up and do it. I did it once, and I'm never doing it again.
I could have nightmares just looking at this picture. Here, I'll plug in the profile pic they gave me for the freaking ride in the chat. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And the best way, okay, so that's actually the image they had over their faces. You couldn't
Oh
see
my
their
God.
faces. They actually had that. They actually had the eyes looking like that and the smiles looking like it was like
Right.
proper voodoo.
Oh yeah. I don't know what kind of tea they were drinking when they made this ride, but it was fermented for sure. There's
Yeah,
so many
okay,
freaking
yeah.
loops.
Sure.
Honestly,
I would still ride it. Honestly.
No, I'm not a fan of roller coasters anyway, but even then, no, I'm just not.
Are you emotionally scarred from it?
I wouldn't say that I'm emotionally scarred, but I will never forget it. Let's just say that.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
never forget something like that.
Man,
What
So if I remember correctly, there's even a moment when you go upside down, and it's because it's in darkness as well. You just don't expect that moment. And it's
So it's like a loopy-loop.
freaks me
It's
out.
like darkness.
but is it underground? Is that why it's dark?
No. So it actually is in suspended in the air, but a lot of it is
Oh, you're
actually
back.
in pipes and buildings and stuff like that. So most of it is
Okay, that's
actually inside.
messed up.
Yeah. But it still freaked me out because I'm not a roller coaster person in the first place. So
Can't remember the name of it. What was it called? It was like the earthquake or something. I think is what it was called. Here, let me look it up. Anybody else have any stories while I look it up?
Ducky, if you don't have one, I was gonna jump in.
Nah, man. I just have a dream that if anyone ever takes me to ride a roller coaster or something, I'm probably gonna marry that person. That'd be epic.
I'm taken. But I'll take you to a roller coaster.
No, thank you.
All right. Bacon, what do you got for us?
Yeah. I must wait.
Oh Well,
Oh no.
let me tell you.
Oh God.
When I was a kid, we used to have Astroworld.
What's
Not
that?
Six Flags. The Six Flags wasn't called Six Flags where I'm from. We had Astroworld. Astroworld is no longer in commission in Houston, Texas.
Was
So
Astro
we'll
World the name of the park?
Astroworld was Six Flags for Houston. is what
Okay.
it was. So it was a Six Flags theme park back in the day when I was growing up during the 90s to like 2000s. I think like it shut down mid 2000s or something. But around the same time, the Texans were commissioned as a football team. Narrator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but before all that, I was a little boy going to Astroworld with my family like every other summer. When we could go, we went, right? There's two rides that stood out more than anything else to me. And for two specifically scary reasons. First one I want to talk about, it's called the Texas Cyclone. Now, if you don't know what the Texas Cyclone is, which you probably don't, it is, while all the other ones are made out of metal, steel, iron, and all that other good stuff to keep them all strong, this one is an old roller coaster.
Is it made
This
of
one
wood?
is made out of wood. This one
Yep.
is one of those
It's like-
where it looks like it's just about to fall
Like
on you.
talking about the one in Missouri.
No, I'm talking about the. You just came back to the conversation, so like it's
Yeah.
okay. No, I'm talking about the Texas Cyclone where I'm from in Houston, Texas, or
Yeah,
where it
that's what I'm
used to
talking
be.
about.
So this thing just looked terrifying. It's not that it was terrifying, because it was. I mean, it's a roller coaster. Of course, at that age, everything is terrifying. But it's because it looked like it was about to fall apart that it scared the living daylights out of me to even get on this ride. I rode this ride once, absolutely loved it, never was scared of it again. I never was scared of a roller coaster until the day, same place, Astroworld, commissioned Dungeon Drop.
Oh,
And
that sounds
you know
terrifying.
You know what Dungeon Drop is, but it's always called something different. But you know what it is, narrator. It's the one that takes you all the way to the top,
Is
right?
it like Tower of Terror?
The big one, not the small one, the big one, where you have a view at the top.
Oh man.
And then they drop you, and they bring you back up halfway. They drop you halfway, they bring you back up, they drop you halfway, and then they bring you back up again, and they drop you all the way down.
Yeah, that for me, like, I will ride any roller coaster you put me on, but I hate those dropping ones. I just can't stand looking and seeing myself like 3 or 4 stories up in the air and then just dropping. I feel like I'm gonna die.
And the one that I had was called Dungeon Drop, and it had like a medieval gate around it, narrator, like you were walking into like a fantasy world
Oh,
or
no.
something, or like a dungeon. Yeah, it was terrifying, my guy.
That sounds
And
terrifying.
that's my TED Talk.
Your TED Talk.
Yeah, give me a second.
So I found the name of the one I was thinking about earlier. Have you ever heard of the ride Tremors? It's in Silverwood Theme Park in Idaho. So like the whole roller coaster is like, you know, those like wooden roller coasters. It's the whole thing is made out of wood, but what sets it apart from every single
All
ride,
too-
it goes like 4 stories up into the air and then drops straight down into a cave. And like the cave is so low that like if it was any lower it'd be hitting your heads. Like it's just high enough to where it won't hit anybody's heads. And like there's literally a sign above the drop that says "Do not stand up because you will die." Like it's terrifying. Like the gift shop is built around the tunnel, so you can and there's glass panels on the wall, so you can just see people just zooming past. and it's like,
Imagine
man.
you're just a really tall guy and you're higher than the average, and you just
there's got to be some rules about that, because if anybody's
Just
taller
fall
than
right.
6 foot, then they're dead.
I was gonna say that means I can't go on it because I'm 6'1".
Yeah, you die. I'm sorry.
no, I just get
Great.
to.
Anybody want to go to Silverwood Amusement Park? Yeah, it's a crazy ride, but oh man, that tunnel part makes you feel like you're gonna break your neck hitting the ceiling. It might just be an optical illusion because it's at a slant, so it looks like it's about to hit your head. But I don't know. That ride made me shit my pants the first time I went on it.
Yeah, I just generally don't trust any kind of roller coaster made out of wood because mainly when it gets windy, it just sways in the breeze, and no, count me out.
That's why I was terrified as a
Yeah, man.
It's even worse when you hear it, Bob.
Oh yeah, when you hear the
the
track
creaking?
shaking. Oh man.
Oh no, when you hear that wood creaking and then the squeaking of like the nails and the bolts inside of it against the wood, oh no.
You feel like
No.
you turn into that kid in The Simpsons. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Oh, Ralph
I'm
Wiggum.
in
Yeah.
danger.
Ralphie's-
In
Ralphie.
danger.
No, I've always. It's one of the reasons why I'm so scared of things like roller coasters because obviously all the creaking and stuff like that. I know they go through like insane levels of testing and stuff like that these days, but even then, no, count me out.
Well, in preparation for this topic, I found some crazy stories of roller coasters on Google. Apparently,
Okay.
this is from the perspective of like one of the workers there, and wait, yeah, so he had working on roller coasters. He was like the operator for him, and then he went on this one ride, and this crazy thing happened to him. And I'll just narrate the whole thing for you. The title of this video, or not video, or this story is "A Lightning Strike and a Knife Threat." So here it goes. I operated rides for 4 years. 2 moments stand out. The scariest moment I had was when lightning struck a utility pole below me. My position on the ride was about 50 feet up, knocking out the power to my ride, forcing me and my supervisors to unload the ride in the middle of a lightning storm. So he's just standing there, and then the lightning just strikes the pole where he's working with people in the ride. And
Yeah, no.
yeah. Imagine if you were the people on the ride, though, and you're just, like, in the ride, and then you just look up, and a lightning strikes the pole, like, 20 feet away from you.
I mean, you'd kind of be safe-ish because obviously electricity goes through the path of least resistance. So obviously you're going to be safe-ish. But even then, it's going to shake you up like mad.
Well, either way, you're gonna need a change of pants either way, so...
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah.
Alright, so the second was a guy who was very upset that I wouldn't let his kid, who was a foot under the height requirement, ride. I told him no earlier in the day. So he told him no already earlier in the day. But one of my co-workers let the kid ride while I was on break. The family comes up later, and the father, who was noticeably drunk, jumps 2 gates over in the tracks to threaten me with a knife. I called security and he ran.
Noticeably drunk. You know they're really, really messed up when somebody writes about you and they put the word noticeably drunk. Like, you're not regularly drunk. You're not casually drunk. You're
Yeah,
not
you're
even getting a
noticeably drunk.
little buzz. You are noticeably drunk.
So
you
he
are so
Looks like
drunk to the
freaking
point
Jack
everybody
Sparrow
knows
walking
it's
over
you.
to you. It's like,
Jack Sparrow type drunk.
yeah, he's just like hands all over in the air.
Like, every time he walks, it's just the Pink Panther theme. Dun,
No, don't sing that. That's copyrighted.
Well, a
Did
drunk
all
version
Mission
of it.
Impossible. It's either having something like the Mission Impossible music playing, something like that.
Something like that. Has to
Even the Jack Sparrow theme would fit, because I'm imagining him like hands up all over the air, tripping over everything.
That's what I was.
Pulls that noise.
That's what I was
Oi!
thinking originally.
You do it,
Yeah,
the
I
kid
can
only.
imagine
There.
Just that one slow part where he's just like trudging along and you just see him wobbling left to right, and then you have that nice little music in the background that always plays.
Here's another
I
story.
believe it's Nightmare or Ducky's turn when you
Yeah,
finish
sorry,
that up.
sorry.
No,
Guys, do you
you're
have
good,
any
man. You're the
stories for
host.
us?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, man. Mike's all yours.
It's not really a theme park. It's more of a water park. It's called Action Park. If anybody's heard of that,
I have not, but carry on.
it is
I know what a
nefarious
water park is.
for killing people.
Oh,
It is
I think
like
I
a
know the
water
one you're on
park.
about.
I think that's the
Yeah.
one Bacon owns, isn't it?
Yeah, another YouTuber
Yes,
did a fucking video
I know
about it.
Action Park. I was gonna use that one, you ass.
Yeah, you used
Stole
the
mine.
wooden. Wait, you used the wooden roller coaster one I was gonna use, so it's kind of
No, that
even
wasn't
now.
me. That was not me, bro.
That was
No,
me that did that. I'm
Somebody
sorry.
else did.
No, man,
No,
I
I
didn't use
didn't-
anything you were gonna use. I just spoke whatever I knew from my life. But yeah,
I
I
knew Action
understand.
Park
It
was
gets
gonna be a
confusing.
topic. We could share it. We could.
How
share
about
it,
you both
but
tell the
from what I
story?
know-
Y'all can't do that. No. Y'all have to make up your own topics. That's
Oh,
what
man.
keeps the
Over
show
here
going.
turning into Consuela.
Alright, so
do
this
it.
is nefarious. Like the water park, the slides are made so people can launch themselves off of it if they're not careful.
So they can
Like,
yeet
they can-
themselves.
Yeah,
And
if they're
people
not
thought this was
careful.
a good idea.
Can I
Yeah, and then the Action Park got sued and they closed down finally.
Oh, dude, you just skipped through so fucking much.
All right,
What?
Ducky boy,
Go
enlighten
ahead,
us.
you finish then.
Bro.
Ducky, since you're Mr. I know things, why don't you tell us the story?
Yeah.
Maybe
you
he can
tell us
figure
the
out
fucking
something.
story.
So Action Park, yeah, it was a water park. It had several. Sorry, I started speed talking. I should not do that. So Action Park was a park that had like several different attractions that kept getting more and more because the popularity was gained with how dangerous it was. But it was actually pretty dangerous that kids died pretty often. A lot of kids and adults died there. And they got sued like several different times. I think they had 2 different parks too across several states eventually. And those ones separately got sued for the same thing. And it just killed the business because there was multiple suits. It wasn't just like, boom,
Yeah.
sued.
So I just googled up Action Park. It looks like there was thousands of injuries, but 6 deaths. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, there were dips.
Yeah.
And
This sounds like a Five Nights at Freddy's water park situation.
Dude, I want to go. I want to go back in time just to ride there.
Yeah, we'll all
shit,
like
I would
chip in
never.
and build a time machine, and then go back and record like a video of us going through the park. Oh my! Jimmy just died.
Freddy Fazbear. I'm gonna dress up as Freddy Fazbear just to be at the end, just so it is Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, we should like go to a park and bring a bunch of bullshit and build our own amusement park.
Have
More
Scott
like a-
Coffin
Like
do
out
a
of,
cameo.
like you guys know those
more
little
like a
kids, right?
Jaws type.
You know what we should do? I like Ducky's idea. You know why? Because we could just get a bunch of puppies and call it a petting zoo.
Yes.
Oh right.
But turns out those puppies are actually mini animatronics that will kill you and steal your souls and stuff them into animatronic suits.
Whoa, hold up, man.
If
You didn't have to
honestly,
go into
if we're gonna
lore.
have that as a game, I know exactly what to call it. We should call it Barking Up the Wrong Tree.
Oh my God,
I love it.
I love it.
Jinx, you owe me an energy drink.
That's 3 I love it. Come on, Ducky. You
Uh,
gotta love it too, man.
I love it.
I don't. It's
Why
cool.
Why not?
Like, look at
I
this
love it.
picture that the first
It's
one,
a
like
lot of, it's a lot of
Oh,
work.
okay.
Barking up the wrong tree. That was the funniest
As
thing.
we thought.
like the picture itself isn't scary. Like, here, I'll put it in the chat. Like the picture of Action Park that first comes up is like, it gives me like very like retro theme park death vibes. You know what I mean? Like, look at that.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. It gives you like some weird vibes.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
those
horror
like
park.
analog horror videos. That's what that gives
Hey,
me.
hey, narrator! Since you said something about horror videos, that like gives me major summertime massacre vibes. By
Oh man.
saying like
Dude,
Jason
80s,
Voorhees
90s
that
film?
wall. That's what I'm saying. Like an 80, like if it was Jason Voorhees, like in the corner there, just off to the left a little bit, in between where the big.
Well, I'm
part where the
texting with my
sign
editor
is,
right now.
and the
so I'm just
sidewalk.
like-
Boom.
Yeah, we should do a podcast episode talking about like analog horror stuff.
It's interesting you say about the horror one because looking at that, looking at the image and everything you put in there of the action park, it honestly reminds me of the kind of thing you see in like in a Pennywise, like an It movie or something.
Yeah.
There's like a grain over the photo that makes it look very old, probably because it is a very old photo, and it's got like this eerie feeling of.
Wait, what the hell? Look
Happy
at
Summer
the
film that's
lifeguard.
slowly twisted.
I don't know if he's like sitting at an angle, but it looks like he's like sitting straight and his legs are like bent to the side.
Yeah, all the workers are just like fucking deformed from all the injuries. It's an SCP place. It's like a fucking SCP park that only occurs certain times.
Wait,
a
is
year.
there a person on top of that building over there? Looks like someone's about to jump in from up there. It's not even the
It
workers'
does.
fault. It's just the kids jumping off of stuff.
Oh, there actually is a person there above the T in action. The fuck?
Yeah. He's about to jump off and then the wave's just gonna smack him right
No,
against
it's
the
a
wall.
fucking wave pool. It's a fucking wave pool, and he's gonna jump in on the deep end. The fuck?
Yeah.
He's gonna
That's
drown
one of the
immediately.
6 that
Pick
died.
up a slide or what? Something? Or
No,
what?
there's not a slide. He's just jumping off the fucking roof.
Oh man, you know what also like scared the crap out of me, like because we had a like Astro World, but then we had Water World, right? So it's pretty much like a water park as well.
Oh, was
connected
it?
to it, right? They always had the slides, and being tiny, being a kid, everything is bigger to you, right? So like you don't
Yeah.
really comprehend the size of everything until you start like growing up, and then you realize how small everything really was.
And then you realize how
compared to,
fucked
like,
it is. What
and,
decision you
but that's
made.
besides the point. Off topic. The point is
Oh.
the water slides, the big ones, not the little ones. The little ones are fine. Like the wave
Dude,
pools.
we have
they're fine.
water slides from the wazoo here.
Some people can't even get up there. Like it took me like 30 minutes to an hour just to
So,
breathe enough to want to walk up those steps to get to that slide, being a small.
so does anybody know of the water park in Silver Dollar or Frontier City in Missouri?
Which one's that?
It's the water park.
You know how little that narrows that down.
gotta have a
Water
name.
park. It's called Frontier City, and it's like
Okay.
Whitewater Bay. Whitewater Bay, Branson, Missouri. That's literally what it's called.
Oh, it's temporarily closed.
Share.
Yeah, no shit. It's the winter.
Imagine you go to the water park and you go outside and you get fucking leukemia.
Man, there's some crazy looking slides in that water park.
Yeah, they got some
You're
big
like-
ass slides. I've been on all of them.
You're like, Ducky, you're like, oh yeah, man, we're going to the water park this season. Oh yeah, it's winter time. They get to the water park, they try to do a cannonball, break their neck.
You honestly saying that though? You must admit though, going down a water slide that's covered in ice would have been absolutely awesome though.
I think that if the water was heated, it'd be a great break from the cold.
Oh, my.
Like lukewarm water. I don't know. Maybe warm water, like a jacuzzi. The entire park's a jacuzzi during the winter.
Have you guys ever been to a Great Wolf Lodge?
Oh, I wanted to go so badly.
Oh.
There,
I'm not
I wanted-
privileged.
it's
So
not
bad,
that
but-
expensive. Anyways, they
not.
they all have water parks. I don't know if everyone has this ride.
Indoor water parks.
Yeah, but like there's this one ride there. It's called, what's it called? Like the Thunderclap or something like that. Something
The ass
Thunder.
clap.
Thunderclap,
Yeah, that's the ass clap. So what it does, you like start going through this long narrow ass tunnel. It's fully dark, and then there's this drop at the end of the tube, and it just shoots you into this huge ass bowl. I think it was called a tornado or something like that. But it just drops you into this whole bowl, but you never know who's gonna be like going down the back, because there's these round inner tubes, and there's 4 people on one side. And so like one person could have their back turned towards the drop, and then the other people will know it's coming, but they don't know. And so you're just dropping like it's not even like a slanted drop. It's just a straight down drop.
It's just a straight up drop.
Yeah, it's scary, dude. Man, it's not really a roller coaster, but man, that scares
That's
the
just scary.
because you don't know when it's coming. You can try to count down and like measure how long it is to get there, but it's always different.
Yeah, we have like a 2 or 3 water parks here in Oklahoma, but they're all good. Like, I think there's one in Stroud and one in Gypsy, I don't know, or Tulsa, or wherever that is.
Hmm.
And they're all like deep fucking drops.
Oh man, I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell this story.
Go
I've-
I found
I
another.
love it. Boys, see, I don't know if y'all
I
know
would say,
this,
this
but
is
when
your
he
podcast.
says sentences like that, I get excited. Why? Because he doesn't even know what he needs to do or not.
All right.
It's
So
great.
here's the title of this story. He shouldn't have been allowed to ride. Indent and died.
Oh god.
All right. Him. I've seen people fall out of log flumes, stick their hands in machines, and throw up everywhere. But I missed the worst by about half an hour. A man fell off a roller coaster during a gravity hill and was hit by the same train he was riding in. He ended up dying almost immediately. I had been working on the ride up until about half an hour before when my shift ended. He was in the front seat, unfortunately, so all the passengers saw what happened, including the nephew he was riding with. God damn it. It was one of the reasons I decided to stop working there at the end of the season after 2 summers. I couldn't get over the thought that a man died because people were lazy or dumb. He was a veteran, who was missing a leg completely and other up to the knee. The restraints came down over the legs with a lap belt. He would have never been let on the ride, but mistakenly allowed to by ride workers. Sorry. I was holding that sneeze for so long.
You're good, dude.
So, like, I guess
what
he
helps me. I always mute myself and then do whatever, and
Yeah,
then unmute
same.
myself.
I didn't have time, dude. I was finishing the story, and then it. Oh,
Go
man.
ahead, continue.
Oh no, that's the end.
Oh, that's the end.
So,
I was
so
about, about to say
okay.
the way that you
So
describe
basically-
that is the way you get GoFundMe money.
So this is the moment I point out that I actually have seen this story.
Yeah, so
So I actually know a bit about this, and basically, as far as I know, what happened is basically as he was going around the loop, when he got to near the top of the loop, he came loose and actually fell. And as it came back down to the other side of the loop and started leveling out again, that's when it hit him.
oh my god.
yeah, you can only imagine how.
Well,
fucking
I can
gruesome that's
see
gonna be.
where there would be a problem. He's missing a leg, and the restraints are to the waist. So there was literally
Yeah.
nothing holding him there other than just his waist.
Just this prosthetic leg.
He probably wasn't even wearing a prosthetic leg. He was probably in a wheelchair or some shit.
He was the ultimate definition of Lieutenant Dan's success.
No, Bacon. No. Man.
Lieutenant Dan what?
Like, I feel bad for the guy, but imagine being the passengers. You see someone fall out of the roller coaster, and then when you get back around, you hit the guy. Jesus Christ.
Something like that is just generally going to be scarring, though, because people like that are
It's
never
not
going to
even
want to go on
deer in
roller
the
coasters
headlight.
again.
And nobody knew.
Yo,
You know what the best part of that
I
is?
have one. The best part about it is if he was trying to grab him by the leg and pull him up, he would just fall out of his leg.
No, the best part.
There's
The
no
best
way
part
to
is if you
grab.
think about it, nobody else but the people on the roller coaster knew because people are always screaming on the rides. So they're like, "Oh man, that must be a crazy ride," and because they hear all the passengers just screaming.
They're not screaming because of the ride being crazy. They're screaming because of the ride, being crazy.
That is so dark. That is so dark.
Yes, it is. That's why I was debating on whether or not I should tell it.
Yeah. But
Jesus
no, I remember
Christ.
seeing it in the news, and yeah, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Man, you gotta have some therapy after seeing that shit.
And then the next passenger gets on, not realizing that previous passenger just lost their limb.
All right,
And the cycle
Yeah.
repeats.
I wanna
feeling
take
I have a very strong feeling they'd probably have it closed for a very long time after that.
A little bit.
If it's
They
not
had to
closed,
clean the blood off of
somebody
the.
needs to go to jail, Bob. If it's not closed, somebody needs to be arrested.
I bet that guy was happy his shift ended.
Yeah, definitely. Holy moly.
But then again, though, I'm sure he isn't because he could have stopped that. Because it says in the story that he would have not let that guy on. Like, come on, dude. There were probably some interns that only got paid summer wages.
You've also got to take, though, in the heat of the moment, though, people will do different things to what they say they'd do as well. Because it might have been in the heat of the moment that the guy was looking forward to going on there, and that the staff could tell he was looking forward to it, or something like that.
So what? If he's gonna fall out, then at least he can mourn it afterwards.
My whole thing is that if you hear screaming from an amusement park and it's not because the roller coaster is fun, something is wrong there.
Well, you don't know because it all sounds the same. Is there like a different type of screaming, like from joy or terror? I think it's all just
It all
normal.
sounds the same at one point or another, but there is a very distinct...
Somebody there being able to grade the difference. Oh yeah, that one's higher pitch. That one must be fear.
No, bro. It's just a wee and a ah.
All right, man. You know when a child is screaming, right? Very easy to tell. Very high pitched. But when you hear adults and everybody all cluttered together, it is confusing. That is correct.
This is getting kind of dark.
Yeah, you wouldn't know the difference.
But there are screams of terror and there are screams of joy. My God.
I can't believe I'm even talking like this. But like, imagine
this is
it.
the
Hey,
Gents podcast.
Like, how do you tell the difference between screams of terror and screams of joy?
Well, one involves bleeding, the other one just involves throwing up. That's
nobody looks up though.
Yeah, nobody looks up. Like,
Unless
nobody's looking,
blood's.
it's so far
I'm not
away.
gonna say that. I'll get demonetized if I say that.
I'd probably say the main difference between probably the two screams is you could probably tell that the one where they're enjoying themselves obviously sounds more joyful, compared to the one which is probably more. You could probably tell the difference in just like the emotion behind it. You can probably just tell.
Somebody needs to do a study on this.
I figured it out. Nah, I've figured it out already. You don't need to do the study because Professor Bacon got this. Check this out. You know how you tell the difference? You know how you tell the difference, boys and girls? This is how you tell the difference. You avoid the one where people are running away from it. Because most roller coasters, you have people going to it, right? So if there's a roller coaster and people are running away from it, something is wrong there.
They're running away to it to run to something else that's just opened.
No, but I mean like in the distinct running away in terror type of mode. People fumbling over each other, yelling and screaming, "Ha!" Yeah, that type of stuff.
If that's your impersonation of the screaming terror, I'm worried.
Oh, but you know what I mean, man. Like, you know, there's a like when an attack on somewhere happens, like it's not like people just stand around and be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
No, people are screaming.
Oh my
in terror.
next.
He has a point though.
Oh my god.
But
When you
okay,
go into a bank and somebody robs it, it's not like you're just there because you want to get robbed. No.
Yeah, you know.
hey, you don't know what my free time's like.
You say
I think
that,
the
like,
best way to
You don't know
notice
what
if
my
someone's
free time is
screaming.
like.
When I'm bored,
It's funny you
dude.
say that, though. I guarantee
I
it's
love it.
guaranteed at every single event. There's guaranteed to be that one person that goes, "Oh my god, let me take a selfie."
No, we don't talk about those people anymore. That died years
No,
ago.
They're dead.
Every single situation, there's always that one person. Always.
There is
I know
though,
there
honestly.
is, but we just don't talk about them.
They're the forbidden
is-
people.
That is an absolutely insane story. You brought this to the table, narrator. You were all like, "Oh, I don't know if I should talk about this." So now we're here. This is where we're at.
Oh my god, this one's perfect. Okay, so the title of this story is called A Head-Splitting Moment. Bear with me.
Oh god.
I was a water
Wait,
right.
before you start this, hold up. Before you start this, I just want to say I was scared from the last one just by the name. This one makes it 10 times terrifying.
Oh no, this one's
Right.
hilarious.
This is 10 times
It's
worse.
terrible, but it's hilarious, and nobody dies. So just all right,
Okay.
hit him. I was a water ride operator. Scariest incident on a personal level was when I was giving the pre-ride spiel. A boy wasn't listening, hopped in the water and slipped. He cut his head open pretty badly and we had to call an ambulance to shut down the ride. Now here's where it gets funny. The worst part was his dad was still on the platform with me and I had to send him down the slide to get his son. So the kid falls down the slide, cuts his head open, and they all are witnessing that. And then he has to send his dad down the slide to go help him.
That's one of those awkward moments though. Does the dad pretend to enjoy the ride, or does he just do it like proper monotone and try not to enjoy it?
That's what I was thinking of. Like, does he like push himself to go faster down the slide?
Yeah, what are these pre-rolled checklists? Like, what is it?
Well, it's like safety, like keep your arms on your...
Yeah.
Alright. Let's talk about a fun ride. We've been talking about a bunch of death and hospitalizations. We need to talk about something happy to end the episode on.
Ooh, the lazy river at a water park? Best ride in the universe. Just let me get drunk, let me chill under the sun with the sunglasses on and the water and the little inner tube.
Let me tell you the story
bro,
of the best vacation ever.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's the best vacation because my mom ended up getting sick all vacations. So like everything I did was by myself, which was amazing. I mean, not her getting sick. I mean, I didn't want that. Yes.
Bruh.
All right.
Shout out to Mama Nightmare in the background.
Nah. fuck her.
Bacon, I'm sorry, but I just found a story about
that's your
someone
mom.
dies in a lazy river.
Okay,
Oh,
let me tell you
wow.
about this amazing water park.
You know
in
why? You know
Branson.
why they died in the lazy river? Because they weren't doing it right, bro.
They were
We
being
did-
too
we
lazy.
did almost everything. We did almost everything at Branson. We went to the Wax Museum. We went to the Ripley's Museum. But that thing compared to the water park at our hotel, this thing was amazing.
What is
It
that?
had like 10 like 2-story drops. It had a lazy river. It had everything you've ever wanted. It had like hot tubs.
Ooh.
It was loaded.
Hot tub sounds
did
nice right now.
everything.
I would chill in a hot tub right
I would
now.
I would literally go from the warm hot tub to the cold.
You know what hot tubs are for? Hot tubs are for drunk people in the winter because they know that they can't go to the pool in the
Oh,
summer.
it was winter even. Yeah, it was cold
Right.
outside. It was freezing. But we still went and did vacation. It was so much fun.
Okay, so
This thing was
No, real. Because if you were drinking and you were at the pool, that just kills your buzz. But if you're in a jacuzzi or a hot tub and you're drinking
Or a
and you got
lazy
your own
river.
little vibe going on, or a lazy river, there you go. See, this man gets it. He's going places in life.
We're
Am I
going.
the only person here that's not been on like a lazy river then? Because I've never been on
You've
one.
never been on one?
No.
That's
he might not have heard that
alright.
term
I
though.
understand that. See, I can understand that. I can understand never
Um,
being on a lazy river. But somebody who
I've
hates the
seen
lazy
them.
river, that's crazy.
I've seen them, like I've seen literally tons of them, but I've never actually been on one.
That's depressing.
I'll still be friends with those people, even if they don't do the lazy river. He's still cool.
I'd
But you
like
crazy.
Technically, you can go onto any river and just be lazy, then call it a lazy river.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That
That's
works.
fair.
You just gotta get a strong enough current.
You just
If you're
casually
drunk
go down
enough
the
and you're
fucking
sitting,
river.
if you're drunk enough and you're sitting by the pool, hey, that could be a river too. If you...
Man, I wish I had something to snack on. Bacon, don't you wish bread had fewer calories and less gluten?
Yeah.
Wait, have you guys not heard of air bread?
Air bread? What's air bread?
Well, it's lower in calories, lower in fat, it's low in carbs, it's non-dairy, it's non-GMO, it's non-gluten, and the best thing is it never expires, so you only have to buy it once.
Oh my gosh, where can I get this voluptuous bread?
Well, you can buy it at your local Walmart or even on Amazon.
Oh, I didn't know you could have bread shipped to you.
Oh yes, with the new air bread plan, you can get air bread shipped to you every single month.
How much is it?
Well, it depends which plan you decide to go with. If you decide to go for the $99 plan, you can get custom-made air bread made in any part of the world you desire. Or if you go for the $9 plan, you get airbread made in your home country.
That's such a good deal.
I know. So why don't you guys try some?
I'm gonna go get
I'm
some
ordering
now.
now.
We've had a lot of depressing stories. How you guys doing? You feeling all right? You feeling depressed?
Buddy, crackhead's different.
What?
I was not expecting that response, but I'll take it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Alright. I was thinking of starting a segment where one of us tells a joke of the day. And you guys want me... No, it's my turn. You get next week.
But
Yeah,
can I
you're
tell one
waiting for a
joke?
week.
How about we all tell a joke at the end? We all have to tell one joke.
Alright, fair enough.
And they have to be as cheesy as you possibly can.
Oh,
Can I
you're
go
gonna regret
second?
that. You're gonna regret that.
I'm gonna go second so that they can think of one real quick.
Alright, I got one
Nope,
for you.
I'm going last. I always get last. It's a tradition.
Yeah,
Okay, well he goes very last.
All right,
I'm gonna go second.
I'll go first. What does a storm cloud wear under his raincoat?
What?
No idea.
Thunderwear. Yeah. No?
Wow.
Alright,
Wow.
go. Next. Who's next? Who's next?
Okay, I'll go next. Okay. So I was talking to a friend of mine who recently has taken to actually making things out of the most random things, and he recently decided to make a door out of spaghetti. And I turned to him and went, "Don't be stupid. That's impastable."
God damn it.
Next! It's just dad joke after dad joke, huh?
I will add another.
I have one question though. How do you make it like stay up? You can't like attach it to the door frame. Like how do you get it to stay up?
I don't know.
What if they,
Who
like
knows?
super glue dry pieces together?
Yeah, you just super glue the door onto the hinges.
Figured it out. Anyway,
Alright,
moving along next.
who's next?
Alright, are we doing jokes now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell a fucking cringy ass joke.
Alright, I got one. What do you call a fish with no eyes?
What?
A fish.
Alright.
Wow.
The
Wow.
only reason I'm laughing is because it's just so bad.
So bad.
Alright, Ducky Boy, you're up next.
Why did two tall people get along so well?
Why?
Why?
They could
They
really
both have
see eye
large
to eye.
penises.
God damn it.
Wow.
Next!
Nobody heard what I said. Good.
I heard what
Wow.
you said and it ruined it.
I heard it, I just
Where-
chose
where-
to ignore it.
Yeah. Where do
Alright.
wasps like to get lunch?
You don't get another
What?
turn. You have to save that for next week.
A
God damn it.
bistro.
Who's next, actually? I think
Bacon's
the
next.
narrator's The last one.
It was me. I ended off. Okay.
Alright.
It's
Go ahead.
bacon.
All right.
Alright, better be the
All
cringiest joke known to man.
All right.
Make me cringe till my 50th birthday.
What did a male bear say to the female bear when he got neutered at the zoo?
Oh, good.
Oh,
I don't
God.
know.
Oh man. Can
She
wait,
asked
hold
if
up.
he was in
Before
the
you
movie.
answer, can this be on any form of social media?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Just,
Okay,
just
continue.
don't worry about it, bro.
Alright, what's the
All
answer?
right. Are you ready? She was.
No.
She asked because she was in the mood, but he told her that he didn't have the bear to do it.
God damn it.
Wow.
Thank
I
you
don't
all
get
so
it.
much for listening. If you enjoyed the podcast, be sure to follow us. We got a YouTube channel and we're on Spotify. I'm sure you're on one of those right now if you're listening to this. You can all find us on our social medias. You can find Bacon Killed My Llama at YouTube. You can find Captain Bob at his YouTube. It's just Captain Bob. MLG Duckleboy.
Ducko.
Ducklebowl.
Duckable.
Yeah.
Duckable.
MLG Ducky Boy on YouTube and Nightmare Off Nightmare 2 on Twitch. Is that how you say it? Off Nightmare 2?
Yeah.
And you
That
can
is
find
it,
me
Off
on
Nightmare
anything Dollar Tree Narrator. Thank you all so much for
Oh,
watching.
Oh.
Who cares about any of our socials? What you should be doing is going to listen to another episode of this podcast. You go do that right now. That is your homework for this
Should
week.
be up.
Yeah.
Drop
It should
last
be up
week's
by
episode.
now. Wait, let me finish. It should be up by now.
What is
It should
this
be up by
ending?
now.
What is this
I
ending?
don't know. It should be up by now. If you haven't already seen it, go follow us on social media as well.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Podcast out.